all this rounds into the 6th round of this first half.
That was a really, really clean round. I like Synergy was like, oh, hey, people to kill. Then he realized, not a smart move. So he used his satchel to cancel his aggression and then waited for the rest of his team. He got rewarded with the kills anyway. So that level of discipline, I can't call anything right now, but all I'm saying is I don't know if there's going to be a third on the board for the side of UCS Gold.
Ooh.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm watching. What I see right here, all I'm saying.
That's clean aggression.
It is really good value.
It's like that, you feel that download. And I'm sure you felt that game state before where it's like, oh, wow, we are found out. Nothing that we're about to throw at these guys is about to feel new. They got our number. And,
this B main aggression, I like this. I like this little change up here. They saw the jump spot and then this re-aggression right away. I don't think they're going to be ready for it. Yeah, look, all the players in mid for Laser Freaks unaware of this B main push, and this info is huge. They could. This Viper has a vital job to do here. Yeah, the other player leaving B main, which is really good, but this Viper needs to stall so heavily, and I don't know what the side of UCS Gold is doing. They're splitting up, and this B take is going to come through. The split is coming up through Heaven. The rocket is going to go into Z. Not going to get anything, but now they have all this space. Seeker's going to come in, and I don't know what's going on this map right now. They have the B site, they have A Heaven, they have B Heaven, but the defenders have mid in the attack side spawn. So
and that's huge for the Cypher. Rizo not going to grab that Omen. If that Omen pickoff came through, would have been massive. But
timing!
That's the game. That's the game.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like, but look at that! Tookie Williams is just what kind of name is Tookie Williams? By the way? But, he's going to get the kill, and now it's a 3v2 retake. This is very winnable here. Synergy Synergy Rocket's going to get used and a little whiffage.
You talked about the reactive breach gameplay, and it shows off their new when they want to push and denies that heavily. Tookie Williams.
Synergy's 11-2. He's 11-2.
Yeah, boy's popping off.
He's popping off. And look, UCS Gold had the perfect play, and then they just went.
That's a showstopper, like, on a 2-3 round average. Like, you're getting another one.
He's 4 out of 8 again. So,
you're just like, you're ready to go.
Oh, that is insane.
Imagine you're playing Phoenix with those kind of you're just
I'd have 12 ults and a half somehow.
Like, I'm feeling hot. You're like, what's going on?
Exactly. And, the showstopper is super strong, too. The Breach, only 4 assists, but the util's been good so far. Physics going to satchel down mid, and, they want to be up here fast. Really good utility out here. But now this free fight and this Sky Flashes. I feel like we're watching Fnatic in Iceland in 2021 again, but Sky Flash is going to come through 1-for-1, and the Sky is just going to kill everybody. They can't throw util, but they can shoot really good.
If the bird don't hit, at least make the shot. You know what I'm saying? And
all good, I guess.
I got to just put the hands up to that. That's the Drewski. You got me. You got me. Like, yeah, you flashed me, but at least you took care of business, and I imagine that's exactly how Laser Freaks are feeling right now. Like, hey, let's clean up these birds, but let's keep doing it.
I have a bad feeling about this. Yep, there is the bad feeling. That is the worst. Someone's looking at you from behind. This Cypher going to spam the cage, going to get a little damage onto one. He has to go absolutely nuclear here. J. Robert Oppenheimer, are you in the serve? No, he's not. Okay. Well, that's a 5th on the board for Laser Freaks, and it's been pretty convincing at this point. UCS Gold, they have some good ideas, but quite frankly, they're just getting fought back, and they aren't hitting their shots.
And when we look back at our first chat, which was about the team comps, this team was designed for this defender side. So trying to push in with essentially you have your raised satchels and some Sky initiation, and besides that, it's lurking and dirking.
Oh, you've got an Astra smoke, though. They can't come through it. It's a wall.
Yes. Yeah, sure. Yeah, 100%.
See, and it's like the aggression is good, but they're aggressing every single round one by one. They're not aggressing as a team. They're not understanding where they're weak, where they're strong, how to play. So it's like it's aggression for the sake of aggression. And I'd like to see it stabilized here. So Viper's going to control this mid again. And this Viper's had a very miserable time. The Viper's been mid. Their whole team is dead somewhere else. And it's like, guys, please make them come mid, please.
Right. As much as the game state often will look like you're playing in a ranked game or feel like you're just back in a Radiant or a Immortal lobby, this level of communication does not happen. People are actually exactly talking about what's going on and really, hey, this call out, this has been used, this is the travel time. Like, you're really doing that here.
Physics, really good push, and that pick is very vital. The spike's going to go down, but look at this. Mikey's going to get the pick under the Sky here. And now this is the B main aggression, but oh my gosh, the breach is showing up. Wait, are they on a
Okay.
Okay. 3v2 here in the favor of UCS Gold. And that, yeah,
It's
from the Shadow's going to get used, but it's not going to result in anything. Spike's going to get down, and now it's a 2v2. What the hell is going on?
A little bit of a.
Who knows? I don't know. They clearly don't know.
Into round 8, but it's still going to be a plant to come off at default.
2v2, and Gnarl Theft is online, which, I mean, it could be useful here, but I mean, yeah, they're just going to double up in this backside spot, which is fine and dandy, but a decent molly here from the Viper. This heavy reclear by the Send bundle. You see the buddy there. If they win this round, you have to buy it, but going to clear it out. They need to double swing. All the paranoia. This Omen's paranoias have been perfectly timed to this point. So, very good pick there. I mean, Mikey has to know that the Vipers, they're not going to get the pick. Jolly Bean finally going to get a third on the board for UCS Golden. I mean, that was chaos. There was no way to know who was going to win that round at any moment in the day.
We could dissect
I don't know how many people died there. I don't know. I don't think I've seen that many people die
there.
They hit
the bodies. They hit the bodies in the smoke, and then there's more bodies in the smoke, and you're like, okay, so
we used an Omen ult, and the Omen ult didn't go anywhere, and like we tried to grab the bomb, but we didn't. So I don't know what's going on. Nobody knows, but third on the board, a good round, but not clean. Now they're left with Spectres, a Bulldog, 2 rifles, which is good, but. Right. I mean,
from the chaos.
And listen, chaos is good sometimes on land. The comms aren't, you may not be able to hear people all the time. Some people don't have the best headsets, right? So, I mean, all in all, it's a round to win. You got to win them. It doesn't have to be pretty. So, either way,
need those numbers to go up, and it's exponentially easier to get to 5 than it is to get to 10. And from 10, it seems always so much harder fought to get to that 13 that these teams are looking for in this match. So we're still in game 1. We're about to be switching sides here pretty soon, where we'll get to see if USC Gold can attack with this team that they've drafted. But right now, Laser Freak still in the driving position, really looking like they could bring this to a 9-3 and bring us into a really favorable half of themselves.
Or they just die through a smoke like that because the Raze is out mid and we're not doing anything about it. All right, good job. UCS Gold in a favorable situation yet again. But look, the Rolling Thunder's online for the Breach. Yeah, you have a Cosmic Divide, sure, for the Astra. But, like, this is going to be really hard. I like this from the Cypher, though. He's playing committed off-site. They're going to play for this retake spot. Yeah, Rolling Thunder's going to come in for the site. There's nobody there.
Oh, there's nobody there, and
the trip is going to get tagged. Oh, my gosh, they're not breaking the trips. Their trips are getting insane value. And, okay, look, now that signals, hey, UCS Gold, come A. They're A. This fight mid. Look at this lurk up through mid, though. This Viper coming up through mid could be absolutely huge. Yeah.
World is divided as well.
Yeah, Cosmic Divide going to come through. This guy's just so unaware. This timing is so no! We didn't hear him! Oh my gosh, the flank is so perfect! Oh my goodness. No,
and now it's just Astra.
Oh, this is played so beautifully. Oh my goodness, the timing, the whiff. That's the land environment. Online, you hear that shot.
Right.
You turn around, you're killing that guy.
Right.
On land, it's a different game.
Yep.
Wow, I mean, the take was really, really good.
It was smooth. They just a little bit of delay, some stall from that Cypher trap's not being broken fast enough.
He couldn't activate off them. He had the Spectre too. So, man, the idea was there, but the shots weren't. And ultimately, it's Valorant. It's a gun game. You got to shoot.
That's true.
There's I forget the famous clip, but it's a gun game. You're going to get shot. Who cares what your strats are? So,
it's similar to the adage of a fight. You can have a whole plan until you get punched in the face.
And then you're like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
a rocket going to get used, and it's going to get go. Ooh, a nice shot by Fitz. A showstopper going to get traded out for a deagle
opening frags from both of the Razes in very Raze fashion.
We got Walmart Sugetsu here, just absolutely owning them in vents there. And, a 4v3 situation, some shots held, some shots made. So, looks like they want to this is kind of the bread and butter for Laser Freaks. They're just regrouping into this A-bomb site because, I don't know, if we press tab and look at the Cypher, I don't know if that's a tell or anything, but sometimes you press tab on land, you go, this guy's not having a good game, hit his bomb site. And, that's part of the game. But this regroup through mid, really good. I like this. Listen, they may not win this round. It is pretty hard to win this round. But UCS Gold, they're not playing necessarily wrong. They're just kind of getting outshot. They have good macro. Their mid-rounds seem to be pretty good. Sometimes they're not that great. So I think it's just they need to settle down. The Viper Spit's going to get used here.
Tough retake situation.
This is, you can't win this round.
Insurmountable odds.
Nah, you're not winning this round.
Unless you have some God-tier hero plays to come out. Like you said, somebody just egoing the heck out of the pit, taking the Viper with them. And,
here.
But yeah,
okay,
nope.
No,
and then the stall comes through.
No, you're
main,
not winning
so
this round.
It's a little bit of a saver.
Going for it,
but I like it. I like it.
They're going. This is really stupid. I don't know why we're going for this.
You got to take. You got to for your
guys,
mental sometimes.
You can't.
You got to take what you could take.
Don't give them ults. Why are
That's
we
true.
giving them more
The ult
ults?
points. The ult points are huge,
So
and it's going to be a huge
home,
swing. But
oh my gosh, Yugetsu from Temu is just owning everybody.
The shipping was so cheap, though. I had to get it, Mr. Puthaver. They let me get 15 items for $50. I never seen the value. I couldn't believe it. Now they're getting 15 ult points for one round.
13-6, 13-6, 10-3. I mean, ultimately, this is just a difference of just like it's a mechanical difference at this point. You could do anything you want to do. I don't think it matters for either side.
I like that the strat, like we're saying, the game plan for USC Gold is there.
Yeah, they just need to plug in their mics. And I think once they do that, they're in a really good spot.
And a bit more just it's that discipline. It's that spending hours and hours of regardless of what setup I get on, when the time comes, I got to be able to hit my shots.
Yeah. Raze is going to satchel out. I like that stunt. The satchel movement, very clean. They're very smooth. So, and look at that. The nade to come into the heaven smoke so that way the Cypher can't spam off his trip there. I mean, that was a really good take. Now we get in this 5v5 retake, and it's going to be fast. Flash is going to get used on screens, and the Cypher's wow, the teamwork from Laser Freaks right now is, I mean, this is perfect. This is perfect.
And there is a great
the flash
to come out.
3v2. No, there's wait, 1v2. Jolly Bee.
Let him clutch up.
Can he win this? Chrono Void Vandal can pull off miracles, so Orb going to get invested towards screen there. Good pop. Gonna just not aware of that elbow play. Laser Freak's going to come out with that round on top. I mean, a 5v5 retake. I mean, just some shots. I mean, Laser Freaks had incredible utility usage for for this level of what you expect in gameplay. The take was perfect.
Right.
They have the nade for the spam. Like, I don't know if they're thinking about, hey, nade this guy so he can't spam, but it works out either way.
Right. Raze was Physics were on site. I'm sorry. Synergy was on site in 0.2 seconds.
It was, and the site was free.
A free site.
And then they
got
realized
to the trip.
The thing that I really liked about it is they realized the retake was coming heavy through ramp, so they took that spawn control, took that fight, so they weren't clustered into one spot. They had different avenues. So Laser Freaks played that round really, really well. An 8 on the board for them, and still only 3 on the board. Cypher's had Neural Theft since, I think, round 4, by the way. What?
That is
what?
The stat check right there.
Okay.
Caught you looking.
Why?
What you looking at?
Wait. What is happening here? This mid-walk is getting value again. Rocket's going to get popped, and I mean, okay, what's happening here? Okay.
That is an interesting pop of the showstopper, but hey, it's ready to go.
Do you really expect the Sky solo push B main, and then no one else is around there?
Are they looking at this smoke, though? Somebody, Omen jumping on top of this block. Great time with the flash, and that's going to be Mikey picking up 2 on the flank, or the pinch there.
Wow, really good util. Great timing from Laser Freaks.
And now they got the spike, and they get to walk straight through garage and challenge and
how
the
is there
backside.
another person down mid up, though? How is this allowed to be happening? This is not legal.
Boombot will.
And look at this, the Cypher. He's finally
there
going to
goes. There goes.
Let's go. Well, Jollibee's going to get one in now. It's Rezo versus. Oh my gosh! The breach utility, the disrespect, and just a 9. Absolute chaos. UCS Gold said we're walking down mid every round, and it almost worked, but we're just alone. We're just alone. No help. No help. No help. Why? Why are we sending a Raze to die?
She's left on her lonesome. She just needs those 2 frags to get the extra grenade. Come on, help her.
Oh, no. 9 on the board for Laser Freaks, and I mean, they're swapping to their defense side. Their defense, right. I mean, listen, their defense, I suspect we're just going to see some swings and just some absolute disrespect here. And, I mean, that's kind of what you're hoping for if you're UCS Gold. Because then, okay, hey, they're going to disrespect us. They lose 2 rounds. They lose 3 rounds even. Right. And now they start going, okay, we got to play a little differently now. And momentum's on your side. Right. And it's anybody's game.
That 9-3 only feels good at 9-3. Once it gets to that 9-5, you're like,
nope.
Did we not do anything last half? Like, why are they so close now?
MR12 is a very interesting format, and it's very unforgiving. Like, no lead is safe. And that's why, I mean, ultimately – CS2 swapped to it, but it's a fun gameplay to watch. It's more exciting and action-packed. So Nade's going to get used there. A little gap in that smoke. I don't know if they know that that's there or if it's accidental, but Flash going to get used. Physics going to take up this mid control. Nade's going to get used.
Omen smokes are pretty forgiving to kind of know where you're doing them, unless you're kind of going too fast, right? But
yeah,
the pre-round ones, it's like
you should be hitting that. Now, it could be intentional. It could be intentional.
Yeah, a little bit of a peaky.
However,
peaky blinder.
What just happened in vents there? Why is my Raze alone again? Stop it!
Nobody wants to trade the friend.
No. Tukey Williams.
Tukey takes one.
Oh, no. Tukey Williams is going down to Sagetsu from Walmart.
Yeah.
That's going to be a 1v. Okay, wait, hold on. This is winnable. The Omen and Raze are very, very low HP here.
And the Cell as well, the great paranoia. They know where this Cypher sits.
Yeah, but this is hard. If he kills this Viper. Wow, the crossfire. Really good job there from, I mean, yeah, a 10th on the board. Rather convincing 10th. I mean,
we are switched as well.
We did swap sides.
Correct.
And this should favor, I mean, I don't have an answer for you because, like, UCS Gold just, they're not here. They're just not here.
You have to get on. You know, there's a point that you have to.
You just got it. Maybe they didn't have enough warm up. Maybe they didn't get.
It's tough.
Breakfast.
It's so difficult. It's like we said, prefaced with everything we kind of chatted about earlier. It's a different setup. Ooh, a big Guardian pick from Synergy to start the round.
See what I mean about the disrespect? He's just swinging B main. He doesn't care. He's gonna sit you down, and I mean.
I'm not gonna, in my ranking. I love to fight Garage. I love to take that open fight.
It's fun.
Yeah, it is a party.
See, here's the thing: when you hit your shot, you're like, "I'm the best."
Yeah.
When you get killed, you're like, "Oh, they just got lucky."
Yeah,
it's like never your fault.
I'll see you here tomorrow, same spot, same.
Next round, exact same peak. I'm not changing a thing, and I'll win it this time.
And they're opening you for like 14.
And I mean, hey, this
14
thing,
rounds,
right?
fine.
Everybody's on the same PCs. They're on the same ping, right?
Correct.
So there's no real advantage for any one player over the other. So it's reaction time, it's mechanics, it's how you're feeling in the day, and I mean, that's really good. We have 4 people sitting B main. We're ready to get going out here.
I like it. They got picked off, and
they did.
They've used this silence. They've used this time, and now they're going to go for the re-entry. Okay, no. Synergy getting the time to take the shot that mattered and gets 2 at the top of this round. Now it's a 4v2 situation as Jordan.
And that's the game.
And everybody's going to grab a little bit of piece of this as we take the entire round.
Say, what for me? I need my kills. I want my stats.
Yeah, the stat padding is real.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody cares about their end screenshot for when they get to show all their loved ones. Like,
meet it on our groups, like Spike Drop on Twitter, you know, and
you
it's
got
like
you got to be fire.
4-12, but you got carried to a W. That's me, personally speaking.
You know, me and homie good for 50. Whoa, okay, I guess. Sheesh.
Take
those.
I'm playing with one guy that I think could single-handedly drop 50 in any match against anybody that we're playing with. And I really hope he does. But
hey, I'd love to get to see. I can't wait to get into your matches later on. It's exciting.
The only thing is we will be ordering espresso martinis every round.
Worth.
That's so it's possible he plays incredible, and it's possible that
no, because it has the perfect amount of engage.
Right.
Espresso martinis.
You get a little bit of confidence, you get a little bit of energy, and I mean, it's a pretty nice thing to have. So, I mean,
and I'm on this. I did a lot of traditional performance and shows before. Everybody got to be on the same beat, you know. We say we all got to be exact same mix, so we all play the same song.
Just swinging again.
And look at singing this song of these guns. There's a lot of shots going over here.
Not the Sen Classic. You can't be running the Sen Classic and missing those. That is not allowed. We have a 2v2 situation now. Viper's alive, and the Breach is alive. Cypher's alive. They're going to run over to this B-bomb site, which is the right play. It is open. So, what is that? What is that line on the map there? I don't know what that line is, but that's a very interesting thing. Anyway, looks like it's just pixels dead on the monitor.
Yeah, it must be us. That's just us.
Yeah.
Don't look too close.
Well, I thought the attacker side Viper wall was cutting across the bomb side.
Is this bind?
What is that?
It's coming from all angles.
But a 2v2 post flank coming in a very winnable situation. The Cypher's already gotten 2 with this Deagle. So, I mean, listen, the game's not over till it's over, obviously, but this round, you physically cannot afford to lose this round.
3
nice shots. Oh, the trade by Jolly Bean. There we go. There we go. A 4th on the board, 3K from the Cypher with Deagles. And, I mean, awesome. Good round to get started with. Good way to get yourself back in the game. The economy's not going to be really impacted for Laser Freaks here.
It's going to take a couple of those.
The synergy is 22-9. So, I mean,
You get synergy to double digits, and you get that much closer to the win condition, which is getting a lot of rounds in succession. You're going to need about 9 to there, too.
so yes, their win condition with UCS Gold is to shoot their guns all the time. If they do that, they have a chance to win this game. They have not been doing it to this point.
Operating together, too. You got to get those trades. You cannot leave your Raze
Stop
mid
leaving Raze alone
by herself mid.
every round.
She got to be traded.
The Raze is alone every round.
Easy trade for 3. And that might be a gap in communication, how you said, like, plug your mics in, like, let's get chatting and
do
figure
something.
out. But in general,
Look at this A hit coming in. Physic is going to be sent to his death again.
ooh,
Physic is just sent to his death again. And the blender is going to come through a main. Tukey Williams is going to get absolutely
that
2
was a
for
speed run of a round. Laser Freaks
And I
bringing
mean,
us.
imagine they had, like, I don't know, let me think, a breach to stun the guys for the Raze to go into the bomb site with instead of just, hey, Raze, go die. Like, this is the problem. You can't just look at a comp that a team runs and go, oh, yeah, we can do that.
Why?
Yeah.
Every single nuance of every interaction between every tool available between these agents is the game, right?
It's very
that's
important.
That's the
It's
chess.
Yeah.
The checkers is jumping over them with the Raze bombs and hopefully hitting them in the head. But you got.
The checkers is buying a judge and sitting in bail and just hoping they run into you. And a rocket going to use instantly towards this B main side. Synergy's going to get nothing for his value. And I mean, Tukey Williams escaped with his life, so congratulations there. And
Dookie.
I'm so sorry. I love your name, bro. Look at this. What is happening? Why are we just dry peeking the mains here? Mikey has confidence. Well, you can peek whatever you want. But look where the Rays is. Wait, does the Rays have a judge? Yes, they do.
Mikey's lurks
They
have
have a
been
judge.
crucial
They have a
too.
judge.
So.
They have a judge.
Hey, here it is.
What?
All right.
Yo, we can't be missing those.
All right.
Oh, look at this. Now
Judge was nerfed. Judge was nerfed.
That player just stinks. That's really bad. You can't be missing those. So now 5v4, and imagine they lose this game. Imagine. Okay, Jordan is in the middle of the bomb site blind. Yeah,
Okay,
Deligan's going to get
trades.
one.
USC Gold
Yeah.
sitting in an advantage here
43
post-play.
situation. Yeah. Trailblazers are going to get used, going to spot one backside. Not going to see the one pillar here. Tukey Williams is going to be full blind, and Martsugetsu's going to get one more. And Mikey's going to kill the other one, and now this round is done and dusted. That is it. UCS Gold not going to get a chance to make this comeback. Laser Freaks 8 are going to win a convincing split. 13-4, and I mean, it was flawless from top to bottom.
Yeah, I mean, besides the first 2 rounds where we got to see US Gold kind of start, it was pistol round and a little bit of sauce on there. But then after that, it was wraps. You said it kind of around like 5-3. Like,
I said I didn't know if they would get a third round.
You
I
said
didn't know.
5-2. You said, yeah, I think this is that's wraps. And as somebody that sits in these positions often, you've seen it all.
I see a lot of gameplay.
You've seen it all.
There's things that you can see a team is doing that you're like, hey, this is over. They're playing better Valorant. And I mean, ultimately, that's what happened, right? Laser Freaks clearly dominating there, and they're going to move on to the next round. They got to win. And UCS Gold, they can't lose another map. They got to lock in. They got to change their split comp because if they run that again, they're just going to lose. Please change it. I will give you advice.
Yeah, because there was not.
There's nothing. There's no synergy.
Correct.
Right?
The semblance of the synergy didn't even really show at any point.
You're sending your Raze into a bomb site. You're not astro concussing the map. You're not sucking the elbow. You're not blinding it. You have nothing to help them out. So you just go kill.
Right.
And it doesn't work. It just doesn't work at this level.
You cannot go into this level of competition, this prize pool, this
land. You can't do it on
this
land. It doesn't work.
in general, and expect to be able to just brute force your way through the pools and end up in the most important day that it's like a money day, which is Saturday. So if you are watching and you missed the entry of the show, make sure you stay tuned. We're going to be having fun over 3 days, bringing you action from the pools, the decider matches tomorrow, and of course the final day Saturday. And if you're in the Las Vegas area, please come through. We got spectator passes. Get a chance to come talk to people as cool as Mr. Funhaver and all his friends that are in the building that are going to be Valorant celebrities out here. There's a lot of the top Valorant talent, creators, and you get a chance to maybe run some questions by him or get some tips about.
Or anybody here. I mean, there's some incredible people here. So, I mean, really well done by Laser Freaks, though. This weekend is going to be incredible. That's a great match to start us off with. And, I mean, I'm excited to see the rest of the games.
Hey, we're going to throw it to a quick break while we get the next match loaded up. And we'll be back with even more Spike Drop 003 action. Hold tight. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Spike Drop
sir.
003. It's your man, Oski, in the building. And, of course, I got next to me the Oracle himself,
The Oracle's
Watson,
crazy.
somebody that, we got to be introduced to through many iterations of Spike Drop now. I feel like you've been here through 1, 2, and 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, been having a hand in different aspects of each part of the time. So, really glad to have you back and get to hear a bit of your insights and wisdom on these maps and these backgrounds of these players. You're very well versed in a lot of the high level play, and I call him the Oracle because last time he was able to nearly predict every single map score for the grand finals and the semifinals leading up to it.
Luck.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Something about the luck. But we're going to Icebox, which is I'm very happy to have it back in the rotation. They've made some minor changes, but it still feels like the good old-fashioned Icebox we know and love. I love the window through mid on the tunnel, and besides that, it doesn't really feel like anything else is that much different. What do you think about the Icebox changes since you've seen it last time?
Well, what I think is different is that most people still run the old school agents, like what you see on the left here is where you're going to get the Sova, right? And then on the right, they're running KO. So I think it's going to be a lot of old school play from the side of, is it No Tilt? Yeah, No Tilt.
No Tilt now versus Laser Freaks 8, who just won their last match versus USC Gold pretty convincingly. It was a 13-4, if I'm not mistaken, or 13-5. And
They're Purpose Gaming, right? They just changed names. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think they're Purpose Gaming that just changed names to LF8 now. Is that what they are? Yeah, they are. Okay,
hey,
LF8.
they looking clean to start things off. And I seen them on Twitter as well. They were saying, like, oh, in the promo clips that were dropped, they were kind of getting stunted on in one of the clips. And they're like, oh, yeah, you're going to show this. Look at us now. We're coming back. We're coming back with the fire. So,
No,
hey,
honestly,
the
though,
first showing, fine.
I think No Tilt wins pretty big on this
Okay.
one. Rice Ballin is such a good IGL, and he's
Yeah.
one of the best Sovas I've ever seen. He was actually
And they got Lil
traveling
Grizz,
for
too.
some pro teams. You're gonna see Rice Ballin's gonna go crazy right now.
Rice Ballin was at the last LAN.
Oh yeah.
So
he was
we-
playing
we-
a lot of different agents, but now I think he's gonna be locked onto Sova, and they're pushing mid immediately. And watch this, they're gonna all fight and just trap this Viper.
Yeah, difference between this and Spike Drop 002 as well, or Spike Drop 2 was we had the agent drafting. Now that's not in play. We're going to see mirrored agents. We're going to see those meta comps come out, and look at these
wow.
shots lining up from
And
Mikey.
LF8 coming out and fighting mid. It looks like what happened is Viper called what was happening. Everyone comes back and they all fight mid, and it actually worked out fantastic for them. That was actually a really good fight from the side of the Laser Freaks. So it's Laser Freaks. Sorry about that, Laser Freaks. And they had lasers right there. They didn't miss a single shot.
That's how you want to start off your pistols. That's how you definitely show that you are hot-hands on stage, too. You know, they got to have that last game to be fully on the stage, start to find their groove and dictate on how they can dictate the pace on these setups. So,
And dictating the pace is 100% the right term to use right now, because if you look at Laser Freaks, no one's peeking, taking bad fights. They're all holding, playing a good post plant, while the side of No Till has to try to make something magical happen. And a 1v5 or 2v5 is not possible there. When you're playing post plant like that and everyone knows what to do, it just does. They got it. That was a fantastic at least post plant that we've seen. That was pretty good.
yeah, flawless take on the pistol, and they're going to have the opportunity now to get this buy-in. They got a lot of Bulldogs. You got the Guardian full shields. Going to get to see if they get to continue opening up this lead against the little Stinger buy, Frenzy, and a Sheriff that's been picked up by our friends on No Till. And if they keep true to their name, they're not going to tilt off some simple pistol round. There's a lot of rounds that are still left to be fought.
It looks like they're still fighting. They're trying to take, some kind of space somewhere, and immediately the side of Laser Freaks backs up and says, hey, we're going to back up and take the other side. They're all fighting B. There's no point to fight B. Let's just turn it around and go to A, which is really great. Ooh, and a great shot by Gecko. I don't know who's playing Gecko on that side. It looks like it might be Darren.
Yeah, having that mind to be open for a rotate is so important. The spike is down, and it's up top as well. So anybody defusing that's going to have to be cautious about a lot of different angles that are able to be approached on. I love this little bomb guarding. Going to be an opportunity here, but whiffing
Ooh,
the
what a
shots. Little
shot.
Grizz going to get the stinger to connect from
Ooh,
a
look at
mile
this.
away. And this is the Thrifty possibly coming out. A lot of guns now on the floor to be able to be
Wow.
picked up, and that's the KO flash. But
And what happened there?
on
Round
optimal
one,
timing,
we talk about
huge.
great post plant. Round two, you have two guys fighting on the site, and while the other three are playing back by pipes, and that was a bad post plant. And you saw No Till, they know how to fight together. They scrim all the time, and they took advantage of that post plant extremely well. That was a really good post plant as well.
And now all that money, all that economy that was just put into winning that round and hopefully going up 2-0 maybe getting a bonus round on top of that. But no, it's not going to happen. That's going to be a big momentum shift. And unfortunately for Laser Freaks, it's going to bleed into the next couple of rounds, this feeling of behind, and how much No Till is able to expand on that is going to be up to them. They might really be able to start to drive this to a place that's really a morale demoralizer. You know, you're just sitting there like, we're down 9 rounds now on Icebox. What could we possibly do? And the game starts to lose itself for you.
And like right there, I mean, that's a great example. I mean, round 1 they had great, you know, teamwork. Second round, you know, not so much. And now it could take an effect for the rest of the game. I mean, losing round 2 is one of the worst things to do. It's extreme roller coaster. You know, you start off high, you start going low, and now we're gonna go all over the place. And it looks like a lot of splitting up here, which is a lot, you know, something you don't expect.
All right, going to be a stall through the mid here. Going to be an opportunity to a bit of dancing, but nobody's traded. No damage exchanged. The KO knife onto the site.
What a shot by Darren. Darren holding down B site. Like a whole B side by himself. Right spots one mid. Gets the good info. Immediately rotates coming out, going to A. This is the right play, and B-Nan has the read for that. He's going to get the kill right now. Bam.
Oh, spends a little bit of time to see if anybody else was coming through that smoke before taking that shot, and ends up getting 2 anyway, and that's going to be the final pick there for No Till. It's
B-Nan and Darren both getting their 2, playing good defense, holding their side. That was really well played. The Viper wall coming up from Annie at the right time. You love to see teamwork because, you know, B-Nan, if that wall wasn't there, he would have been spotted. He uses the wall, let them go through. Easy 2K. Very well played. Very well played.
It's interesting, too, to not get to see the check of the corner there. You know, would have been important information so that Gecko could be traded, but nobody really knows where he's at. Just know there's a death to be had, and ends up getting 2, just a quick round to be closed out by No Till. So we'll see what they have lined up for the rest of these rounds. It's already starting off very much in their favor. They have the econ now to go through a lot, and a big opening frag from both sides there. And Synergy going to keep that flame going from last map. Big stuff. Huge 2K to start up this Icebox and try to create some space for the rest of the team. There's been another trade there. Great shots there from the Viper.
Teamwork. That's what they need if they want to win and have a good chance in this game, because, you know, if I had to guess, No Till is the big favorite here. But if you really want to have a chance here, you got to have teamwork. And if they're not working together, it's going to be a tough game. But if you look at the other side, No Till, every round you've seen them taking space. A main, B main, trying to take some kind of space somewhere so they could just dictate where they go. Because if you could tell, hey, if they're going B, it's going to be a pretty good post plan for the side of No Till. Or if they're going A, vice versa, they're gonna have a pretty good post plan.
Saw the Jet kind of keeping the flank, but ends up reconnecting here in kitchen with Viper, pushing through above all the noise. You can definitely see that Laser Freaks are set up for a ground approach, but I like this switch up on how they're approaching. Lil Grizz is going to get a kill, which is huge. Not taking out the Viper, though, so the Viper pit continues to stay up and let this time tick down on this bomb. That's the unlucky timing. Ani going to get Mikey.
The right play.
Trying to stall on the spike just a little bit and ends up paying for it, the ultimate price. Jordan.
Wow, that was well played. Wow, I don't...
Necessary.
That was the right play from everybody, but that was just the worst time for the Viper, right? But unfortunately, Jordan clutches the 1v2. Great flash, great util, and good swing. He flashes left, flashes right, goes left, takes 2 1v1s and wins both. And, you know, you love to see that. I honestly think that was well played from both sides. It was just, you know, anyone's draw there. Or honestly, the early fight is what got them. You know, going down, you know, 3-2 right there. That's tough. That's tough.
Yes.
That's tough swing.
Synergy doing some great stuff here on the Omen. A real playmaking champion. You are able to do so much with this character.
Well, it's just a complete different comp, right? So you have one side that has no duelist, right? You're going to have double controller, double initiator, the Killjoy, playing a lot more conservative for the defensive side. And now they're on offense, and they're still winning rounds. You know, no duelist. You're expecting, you know, to be a little more favored for No Till, but it looks like No Till's struggling early on in these rounds to get the opening pick and get out. If we're getting 1 or 2, and then right there he's leaving. He gets 2, he should back up. Yep, there you go.
Ends up.
Gives up 2 right after. See, when you get those numbers, it's so hard not to keep it. But, you know, back at a 2v2 ER. And honestly, the Omen's low. So No Till knows this. They're calming. They're hearing them run away. And look at this. A great flank from Rice Ball coming in.
Rice Ballin, definitely somebody to watch on the day, and has this angle here. Will they be able to take the fight, though? And that's huge. Only 5 damage to take, and 5 damage was took.
And very well played again. Backs up, waits for his teammates to come. He knows Darren's on the way. He gets a ping. He knows he can't swing him. And if he does, he's dead.
Will he take the fight? Oh, a little bit of a land. A little bit of
I think he heard him. He heard him.
Yeah, there was a little bit of walking in there, and it's 5. Mikey with a huge swing, though.
5 HP.
Just needed to
5
sneeze
HP.
on this Viper and would have been a frag in the direction of no tilt, but Mikey.
That was unfortunate. I think when Rice started there, he should have probably ran away. But, you know, when you have a dart and it's hindsight, you know, when you have that drone out and you get that ping, you're expecting a swing. And honestly, well played by Mikey. Another controller. You have the 2 controllers absolutely going crazy on Icebox, and it's unexpected. You're expecting a duelist op or something like that, and you're going to see it right now. Here comes No Tilt bringing out the Grizzly op. Should be exciting.
A little bit of Viper, a little bit of lineups. Everything you want to see start off that round. The Recon Bolt going to get a little bit of information before it gets deleted, but big pick there with the Guardian from Bian.
And really still surprised seeing Bnan fighting A. He's pretty much by himself. He has one other player playing A, but they're fighting 3 mid. So really surprising the side of No Tilt fighting, and Grizzly's going to go for a repeat and unfortunately gets sat down by Mikey. And here comes Bnan. He gets spotted. Hit shot once, lucky to live. That looked like a headshot, but
will they have a read on this B retake? That will sell it. It's going to be a big KO ult to come out, but not really moving forward, and now that's allowing the time for the rotation from No Tilt. Gatsu going to be the one planting the spike as Thrash comes out, and Mikey has Kitchen.
Patience right here. Look at this trigger discipline. Oh my god. Oh my god. No. Oh, thank God he got his. Okay, run away. At this point, you know you're cooked.
You're sold.
Oh my, he's gonna go for it. He's gonna get sat down. Oh my goodness. I love to see it. I love to see it. Oh man, if that's not Valor, I don't know what is.
Yeah, it was everything that you wanted to be until it wasn't, and that's going to be a big op shot to come through. Rice Balling going to clean up the final shot while the defenders clean up the spike.
I hate to say it, we know who lost in that round. We're not going to tell you. You know, we all saw it. I feel bad. Now, the easiest kills are the hardest. I want you guys to think about this like an NBA game. You know, that breakaway layup, it really feels really easy. But sometimes that contested shot feels a little bit better. Because I guarantee if that Viper was to pull up and look at Mikey, Mikey would have got both of them. But unfortunately for LF8, the round comes up short. And you know what a great post player retake from the side of No Tilt. You know, you saw them fighting together and swinging together, especially on yellow. That was really well played.
KO ulti ends up being used for naught on that retake. So there's no KO ulti to be had. Now we have 5 pushing strong towards B. And it looks as if they've done a good job of keeping the noise minimal enough. They still have the Sova and the Gecko pulled strong to A. So if there was ever a time to pull in, it's right about now. And that's why we're seeing the go mode engaged. One so far, but no trade to be had. Darren gets out of there, and there's a spike sitting on top of the site, but there's not going to be an opportunity for anybody to plant safely quite yet. The full rotation's coming in as Gecko's the last one left anchoring that A site. But now, as the spike drops once again, we'll see the full rotation come out to 4v2 here as they try to play yellow, but now it's just a KJ in a dream, and now a flawless round from No Tilt. We've seen now 2 flawless rounds from them in a couple of close losses, so they're definitely edging towards showing that promise of like Watson had said, they're looking like they want to be the ones in this best of 1 to come out with a heavy lead, to really be the ones that have this as their game to lose, their map to lose. Will Laser Freaks be able to turn up and take that from them?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, right now, if you looked at that last round, one thing we did all notice, no ultimates coming out from the side of No Tilt. They're saving it for the gun round right now. So I would expect 2 or 3 ults to be played and this post-plant killjoy ult to be used on B. And they're going to fight heavy A more than like, oh yeah, they're going to be fighting heavy A, trying to get this Viper orb. Yep, now Viper's 1 off ult. Now you have 4 players basically having ult. It's going to be a gun round to win. Whoever wins this round is going to probably dictate a lot of the rest of this half. Killjoy comes out, they're all going to play off this, retake. It's going to be an easy post plan for the side of No-Till if they use the right ults. They might not even have to use them all, right? You have Sobol and Killjoy ult that's going to be used right now on the post plan. Very well played. Shock darts coming in. Oh, yeah, this is going to be textbook plays right here.
Oh, and
wait,
the smoke.
Is that man cheating? Someone check his PC. Somebody check his PC.
We
please.
do know for sure, since we are doing this courtesy of Allied Esports, the integrity is there. So Lil Grizz just through the smoke, taking care of business. Absolutely.
Synergy takes down Andy, and we're not even going to have to use all of our ults. It's only the Killjoy ult coming out. Wow, look at that. I mean, obviously we saw the Sobol ult get played. That was really well played, but now if you look at it, the next round's going to be Nico, right? And then you have Gecko ult and Viper ult for that next gun round. So I really think that this is going to take off. This might be an 8-4, 9-3 kind of half.
We're going to take a timeout, which is wise. You know, we didn't get to see a timeout come in the first map, but it's such an important place to bring your team to sometimes. Get the heads back together, get off of, you know, whatever feelings we have, shake the hands out, and let's shake off our plan and our strategy as well, because right now we're not either we're feeling really fired and we want to ice somebody up, or I believe the timeout did come from the other side of it, where it's like we're starting to lose control of this game, and Laser Freaks are saying, hey, how do we start to figure out and get some time to dissect where the hole is and what's going on here?
Yeah, they might have just forgot to take a timeout last game. Sometimes, you know, you're a little excited, you know,
Yeah.
I get that. You know, when you're having too much fun with your friends, you know, excitement can happen.
Sometimes it's like, I feel like a timeout is going to hurt me. I don't want to talk to y'all because I ain't got nothing nice to say. So.
Nothing nice to say is crazy.
Man,
These are your teammates. They love you.
Man, you know, that's why I started running, because I was scared of team games. I'm after the basketball game like, man, I let you pull up on three threes, and they were 0 for 3. We needed those 9 points. Yeah, man, I was like, I'm toxic out here, bro. I gotta fix myself.
You play Valorant every day. That might be why.
No, that's definitely not helping it. You know, I was doing good until I started playing Valorant again every day. But shout out Wifey Sharon.
Oh, shout out Wifey Sharon.
She's the one. She's the reason I queue up in that beautiful game we call Valorant.
Oh, okay. So they're gonna flip now. So they're gonna play Killjoy A, right, and have a pretty much just a really passive defensive hold where they're gonna get info if anyone shows up. Not really care about A. Rice is gonna hold be our mid player, and then the 3 of them are gonna be fighting B with the op. Very smart. And it looks like Elevate has a pretty good read because they're all going mid, but Rice is going to spot this, get the info, and they're all going to rotate and collapse on this in a second.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's scary hours for that Owl drone. He wanted to not have showed up to all of those friends.
And immediately, a great play. Everybody moves, gets an angle, and they're going to hold and make this side of Elevate work. Oh, don't repeat this. Oh, look at this guy. I love it. Shout out Little Grizzly, man. What a great guy. If you guys don't know Little Grizzly, one of the best streamers to watch right now. He's hot. He plays with a lot of big, fun content creators, but unfortunately gets sat down by the side of Elevate, making it a 2v2 in a post plan. I think we got a little too confident there. That's what it looked like, Austin.
It looked like a little bit of ego getting checked for sure. That was a lot of great shots as well from the Sheriff to come out. Synergy doing some crazy stuff. Dylan get thriftied on there, and that is going to be huge.
Took 5 1v1s there. Or I'm sorry, the first fight, you know, they were trying to help Grizzly. I get that, but a lot of those fights did not need to happen. And they're going to talk about it. They're going to talk about it right now. They're all fun, you know. The side of No-Till, they're all great people to play with. So I'm sure they're going to talk about it and be like, guys, let's tune it back a little bit. We got a little ahead of ourselves. When you win 3 rounds in a row and you're on eco, you're thinking it's another free round, and unfortunately, bites him in the butt there.
And LF8 with the textbook timeout, you change up the game plan. You execute on the change of game plan, and you get around and make it that you really utilize the full value of what that important piece of this puzzle is. You know, you can't stop your rank game, and you can't chat with the friends that are usually not even commenting about anything that's going on in the lobby. But here, you get that chance to really get with the like-minded people that you have and figure out, how do we crack this puzzle? How do we figure out what we're lacking in right now so we can pick this up? And right now, LFA looking like they're doing just that. No-Till.
And LFA doing it again. They know that this side is weak. You know, they're going to be playing retake here, so they're going to 5-man take this and hope for the best. But Rice has a really good spot here. I don't know where he just came from, but he's going to grab a couple kills here for sure. For sure. I would almost bet on it. Rice gets 2 or 3 kills here. They have no IDs here. He has Dart. He should be getting a couple here.
Uh-oh. Even the KJ here. Some options, but
he's in a tough spot. He's going to have to push this.
And I like it. It's
going
to be the pick.
That timing again. If he just holds there, he would have won that fight. But I get it. You know, hindsight. That's tough. Oh wait, he's trying to knife him. Look at Grizzly. This troll. I love it. And he gets the kill somehow. He runs in there with the shorty, runs out, tries to go back in with the knife, runs back out, and sprays a Fandle through the smoke to kill him. That is no tilt.
And at the end of the day, the content is there. Even in the land, Grizz is clipping him.
Oh yeah, he's 11-6. He's feeling great, playing the duelist role. I mean, if you watch his streams, he's a very high energy character, and I can definitely see why this little group is working together for this LAN. They're gonna be fun. They're gonna go far. Definitely deep into playoffs, in my opinion.
Well, that Oracle has spoken. If you get your Watson journals ready and get to quote retweet some of these predicts, because I mean, man is a man of few misses. Getting a little bit of an idea of the script that he's wrote for this spike drop. And right now we got Ops peeking through mid here. Very scary times to be attacking through that smoke. You want to be very careful about every angle that you push here, as Nota have been doing a great job of holding and keeping true to this line of defense that they have.
Jungwoo lurking up B with the KO. I mean, I think Rice just spotted one mid, so that's a big info. And now they know, like, hey, we just taking one down mid, and now they're showing B. It's probably going to be a B hit, but they're split everywhere. They went 2-1-2, which is a very odd thing to do on Eco, in my opinion. I think the best thing to do is what they did last Eco. Travel together, try to get some picks, get some guns, and make it winnable. When you all split up on Ecos and take 1v1s, V1s against Vandals and Ops, you're putting yourselves in a harder position than you started. But hindsight, Eco, it's not too big of a deal. Hopefully for the side of LF8, regroup, try to make this a 7-5 half. Because when you go on defense, you don't have a duelist, right? You're basically playing for that defensive side. And it should be a good defensive side from them. But with that being said, I don't know, no tilt seems pretty hot right now.
They are.
Good discipline and gets both. What a good double kill. Good discipline, way to play, let Gecko Flash happen. You know, all the right plays were made there.
And now the Viper Pit is back up and active, and that's going to be a huge advantage for No Tilt. They could completely lock down wherever they would like to and move around pretty smooth. So I'm excited to see how they try to close out this half, as we are in the final round of our first half. No Tilt will be moving to attack side right after this, and they still both teams have a Gecko, and you see the utility of the Gecko on the defense side being utilized. When the Gecko is up there, right? And you would expect Gecko to have the best success on the attacker side. So somebody hyper enabled to be able to not only lock down sites with the Thrash, but blind with the Dizzy, and then as well as the Wingman. You can't even quantify some of the value that Q ability has.
This is the first time we're seeing this. The KO all running out first. I mean, I haven't seen it yet. You know, when you see KO, you expect a lot more ultimates running out and taking first entry, especially when you have no duelists. But this is the first time we've seen it, and it's paying off. A good omen all snow, taking down one, making it a 5v4. Lil Grizzly's going to have to do a lot of work here if he's going to want to make this winnable. And he might. Oh, and he accidentally whiffs.
It's unlucky.
And now the side of LF8 doing what we said, regrouping and maybe making this a 7-5 half to make it a winnable game. I mean, remember, this is their game to win, and honestly, the side of Noto, their game to lose. And Rice doing magical things as usual.
Oh, it was possible.
It was possible. I wouldn't have been surprised. I've seen Rice do that a handful of times live.
Solid by LF8, though, to make that 7-5 as we head into another pistol here. No Tilt must have won their first game. I neglected to mention that if they are facing Laser Freak here.
Oh, wait, no, this is the first game.
Oh, this was their first game. They had a bye.
Yeah.
Oh, because we're doing five-person groups, so one person will sit out. Okay, perfect.
LFA won their first game. I believe they just beat
they were on stream, so they were against USC Gold.
USC Gold.
So No Tilt getting an opportunity to dust off some of those hands. I was curious about that. Like, are they coming in hot off of a match? But yeah, it seems like they are now finding their groove.
And honestly, if you want to know the truth, this is an offensive map, right? Rice is a great IGL. You might see No Tilt just take off here. I would not be surprised. They're a team that really, really gains momentum and keeps it. This turret's going to go ahead and spot mid. Very good turret for info. Knife's going to come out, spot a couple more. Oh, it's only going to spot one, so this is actually misleading. They might take this fight here and only think there's one for the whole team. Synergy's going to do exactly that, get traded out. And it looks like Gecko might get trapped, but good molly to hold.
Ooh, great
good repeat too. Oh my god. To re-peek and just kill that is crazy.
Throw the mosh pit just to make the illusion of the space, but nah, I'm actually in your flesh with these shots.
And they're trying to pinch and find this Gecko, but Gecko is just making this absolutely miserable for the side of no-till. And look at this, playing cat and mouse, and it's paying off, waiting for his teammates to rotate, and now his whole team's rotated, and now they're going to have the jump on no-till, and it's going to pay off. And that's all thankful for the Gecko. I mean, talk about holding. You know, you got the molly coming down outside of the door, holding that for about 3-4 seconds, running back, playing cat and mouse for stalling for maybe 20 more seconds. That 20 seconds allows the other side to rotate, get on pipes, no noise. No-till had no side, or no chance there. No
that
chance.
Pesky Gecko and his Pal World pals out there buying hours of time for the team to rotate, being so pesky.
You were just saying he wasn't really making a huge impact, which, I mean, that's a fair statement. He was 5-12, or he was, what, 3-12 before that? And now he's 5-12 and 3. Had a couple assists there as well. I mean, what a round. He turned it around in just 1 second. And look, there he goes again, getting an early first blood. When you have no duelists, somebody has to take those early fights, right? It has to be one of the initiators.
And that's one thing I love about the Outlaw Edition. Like, when you know that there's some greed on the armor side, you know that you can get insane value out of 1 or 2 of those shots coming through. It takes quite a while to reload, and you find yourself in a predicament sometimes with that, but it takes a good 1 or 2 with you if you need it, and that's going to be a huge dash for LFA Synergy. Is going to get traded back by Rice Balling after getting the initial pick on Lil Grizz. Great shot again by Shigatsu.
Man, that Outlaw is so overpowered. On second round, when every teammates don't have, or all the teammates don't have, you know, light armor or don't have armor at all, that Outlaw just absolutely shreds. You know, 1 shot to the body and just immediately dead. Makes it extremely tough for any for any eco round. At least in my opinion. At least when they buy it, right? When you don't buy the Outlaw, you're like, I wish I bought that Outlaw.
And then you pull it out and it just doesn't do what you do, and it's like, that was the most frivolous 2,400 I ever put money into. Oh, great job, Jung Woo. Gonna walk up and take care of that. Going to be 7-7 now on the board. LF8 doing a wonderful job stabilizing the game state that they kind of were given.
As we were talking about 5 rounds ago, remember, we were saying they need to turn it around and make this 7-5, and now they're actually making it happen, right? And now they're on defense, and it's going to be extremely tough now for No-Till to get back into this game, right?
And Lil Grizz, I mean, this is a map where if you're not fighting long, you're fighting super close. And I don't know if the Guardian serves a lot of, you know, as is going to do the most favors for them in this kind of, you know, they're trying to get what they can, but, you know, you're wasting a lot of money on that buy. I'm curious to see if it does pan out, because if not, the economy is going to be really shot as we start to get into these double-digit rounds where LFA could do something nice, but here we go, a little bit of a close quarters fight. That's going to be a nice stop on that push by the KO. Lil Grizz does get the kill, though, with that Guardian. Huge shot to take it Mikey out of the equation for LF8. And now the team is rotating. The spike is planted thanks to the wingman synergy.
And a good double swing, but you know, 1 goes down, but that was a good double swing. Good trade. But No-Till does have a 4-on-3 here. I mean, it is their bye round, so this was a little more expected, but it's still winnable for the side of LF8. What a good opening pick by Synergy on the retake here, making it a 3v3. Synergy's gonna think he's still hot, and he's gonna keep on going.
Last player standing.
3 kill. My ultimate is ready.
Wow, look at
Oh,
that.
great job. This is Binan
Oh,
starting to really warm up. And, yeah, shooting the body with the teabagger. That's how you start to really add some insults, injury, and get the pace of the game fired up. I don't know if it'll work against you or for you, but in general, we'll start to feel this thing heat up.
Oh, when I see people teabag my body, it just makes me want to play harder.
Yeah, 100%.
That's all it is. So, you know, hopefully it didn't trigger something they didn't want you to. You don't poke the bear if you don't need to.
It's the best of 1. Do not forget, if you're hanging out with us in chat and you just got here, it's group stages, so we're just feeling out our teams here in Vegas land. Spike Drop 003 coming at you courtesy of Allied Esports at the HyperX Arena, the pinnacle of esports production, the pinnacle of Valorant land. And I cannot wait to see if this goes the distance, because once that disrespect comes out, you know that there is a real fight to be had. Like Watson said, you could really start to see people turning up as the desecration of the dead bodies has now opened up.
This is a big round. If No-Till wins this round too and they go broke, it's going to be a 10-7 game. That's extremely tough for LA. They need this round. They need this round.
Okay.
Lil Grizzly playing. I don't know if that Viper wall is supposed to be there or whatever, but if it is, that's an extreme advantage. Only seeing the head there is extremely big for the side of No-Till. Getting 1,
LFA fighting well together, but
Oh.
no
One
tilt.
enemy remaining.
Coming up big with Grizzly getting a big 3K. Darren and Annie finishing it off. Wow, very good post plant. I mean, like, now that, what do we say? Now it's 9-7. They're broke. It's probably going to be 10-7. It looks like we have a disconnect from Jungwoo.
They might go into a small little pause, but they might just pop right back in.
It's fake.
yeah.
It's fake. They're trying to get a free timeout in. I respect it.
I've done it.
I've accidentally, you know,
I've
my
accident-
PCs fell
yeah.
over a couple times.
I pressed W, and I feel like I didn't move as forward as I should
How
have.
convenient, by the way. You know, as soon as they lose 2 rounds in a row, a disconnect.
I've been there.
I respect it.
I've
I'm not
been-
saying anything, but
I've
I
been
respect it.
I've been there. So I know how it works. You know, you got to get what you get.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna look around possibly at some other games here soon, but I see that we have some other games thick in the heat of it as we get into the tech aspect of that. But no, it looks like we're resolving, figuring out what's going down. I'm really interested in what's going on the other side of the groups. I mean, let me pop into this. I think we had a lineup of who was in what groups today.
It's pretty early right now. I know that. I think only a couple people have played.
Yeah, I'm curious of like the actual. Oh, we're
going
gonna
to the other
pop
game.
over to the other group. Right now, we are in Group 2, which has No Tilt, Foreigners, Valhalla, Esports Club, Laser Freaks 8, and USC Gold. But on the other side of the AM groups, we have Van Lin, WoW's Little Pug Stars, Luxoria, USC Cardinal, and Weekend Warriors. So
Okay.
I have a game ready to.
Oh, here we go. We have one right here. This is. What teams is it? Do you know what team this is?
This is probably the USC Cardinals. USC Cardinals versus whoever they're going against.
I wish we could see the scoreboard. Oh, okay. And then, Icebox is, we have another tech pause coming out of Icebox, so it's even, okay, this is Calypso's
so-
team.
So
This
we're
is
moving on.
Calypso. This is Van Lin. This is one of the biggest favorites of the tournament. I was wondering, because I saw Satellite, I wanted to make sure, yes. Okay, so this
Okay.
is going to be
Van Lin
Calypso.
versus University
right there.
Southern California Cardinals, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. This is the big favorite. Smiley, Akron, you got Calypso. This team is probably a huge favorite to win the tournament. Very good team. They just won the Funhaver tournament. Shout out Mr. Funhaver.
Who's also in the building.
Right. He's also in the building. I think he was on the couch before me, right?
A little bit,
Yeah.
yeah, just bringing in the vibes. He's
Oh,
going to
yeah,
be playing in
great
the
vibes.
PM block with the Mr. Funhaver squad. I'm not sure what they called themselves this time.
Caster's Curse. We were just saying how big a favorite, and then now they're down 3-2, man. That's us. That's our fault. I'll take that one. But no, they're one of the big favorites. They play really well together. Honestly, trying to get to that next level of pro gameplay. And honestly, they're on the right path. They're winning all these tournaments, doing the right things, playing well together. And honestly, if they stay together, I think it's going to be one of those things where it could definitely see serious progress coming out of them.
Hey, Oracle's prescription, you heard it there. See something in that group of 5 that we're witnessing here on the blue side. They've also made this a bit closer. They evened out that 3-2 to a 2-2, and now a spike is getting planted
Enemy
here.
remaining.
Oh my goodness!
wow.
Oh my
Roompa's
goodness!
insane. Every time I see this guy play, he's just insane. He does stuff like that. I mean, he's a special player. I mean, oh, we're back to. Okay, we're
While
back.
Van Lin and the Cardinals battle it out there on some Sunset, we're gonna jump right back over to our featured match. 7-7 scoreline, right? Am I mistaken? Is 7-7 on that? No, we were 7-9, right?
9-7. Now it's going to be Eco going to get to 10-7, honestly. And now this is where, once it gets to 10-7 for the side of, on the Icebox side, if they don't turn it around after 10-7, it's probably going to be chalk. 13-7 is my opinion. That's what's probably going to have to happen.
And plus tech pause as well. You know, you got that little bit of extra time to iron out whatever you could. At least cool down the hands if that was available. And speaking of cooling down the hands, there's a lot of trading going
Look at
down
Roomba. He's
here.
in it again.
You cannot peek this over. He's taking 1, he's taking 2.
Every
That's
time I see
Roomba.
him, he does that. You know, you see some of these players in rank 2, like I've actually 5-stacked with Calypso, right? This guy is one of the smartest players you'll ever see. He's just so aware of what's going on around him.
Knows everyone's location at all times.
He's one of those guys, he just knows what's going on. You know, he's a knower. That's what we call him in ranked, knowers. You know, some people like to stack sites and
they know-
gamble, and they
right.
just know where they're going. Yeah, he's a knower. He's one of those guys.
Like how did you
Like,
just,
he knows
you
he's mid
pre-fired
right now,
that
watch this.
pre-fired that angle and you were
Hey,
nowhere.
Look, he knows he's mid.
Yeah.
Has no, just
Nowhere.
knows.
Nowhere.
He just knows. Some people are like that, you know.
Sniff it out.
They have an itch.
that real thing that you can't teach. You know, you can teach
yeah.
somebody how to start clicking heads and moving
Him,
around.
Smiley, Akron, they're all like that. That whole team. That's why I think they're going to go very far. They're a bunch of knowers. And when you have a bunch of knowers, you're going to win a lot.
Beautiful little clips of the fountain here.
And it looks like we're going to go back to Icebox. Yeah, we can go back to Icebox. Yep, and look at that. We're going back to Icebox. Like we said, it's going to be 10-7. So the eco round was easy, just like we predicted. No Tilt's going to have a big advantage. 3-round lead now.
Yep.
And now if you're the side of LFA, what can we do to turn it around, right? You're on defense. You have some ults. You know there is still a chance, but this gun round is the biggest round of the game for the side of LFA. Now for the other side, No Tilt, if I was them, I'd play a little more passive. You don't have to take that big risk. You don't have to take that big swing. Let LFA make the play to win the game. And when they make that play, capitalize the team, trade, swing together, and you're going to see them going 3-2. They're not splitting up on this round at all for No Tilt. They're gonna play this really well on the A split. They're probably gonna go straight up mid. Yep. They're gonna get spotted by their farm, and they're gonna fight here.
A vulnerable KJ, not even touched a moment, but they know that there is some pressure there in the mid.
Oh man, Jungwoo should have probably tried to help Jordan when he could. Now putting Jordan in a tough spot. Darren's gonna go ahead and get the opening pick on Viper, and a big flash comes out, and now they're gonna pinch, and look at that. Jungwoo's gonna get absolutely a huge kill. But on the other side, they're taking A, right? And now, while they're messing around mid, you know, it's kind of like a distraction. Like, hey, look over here, and then get slapped in the back of the head the other way, you know?
Pulling them this way so we can get the full Viper pit as well dropped on this spike. This makes it more than difficult. It makes it nearly impossible. Jordan, great timing there to get passed through from Binan, who is looking for that opportunity. Oh, that's so close. The whiffs, though. Unlucky for Jordan.
Man.
Had an idea, but no.
That's 2 rounds we've seen from the side of LFA where they should have won the post plant in the last couple seconds, or in the second round. That's 3 rounds. It should realistically be 8-11 LFA if they didn't whiff and if they didn't make the one mistake. That's how close this game is, and a couple rounds can swing the whole shift. The whole tide can turn in just one little round.
Yeah.
And now, we talked about that being the biggest round. You're going to see LFA have to save again. It's going to be 12-8. And again, it's probably going to be a 13-7 ending. I think around halftime we were talking about this having to be a 13-7. It's just 1 or 2 rounds that are going to determine the game. And if you don't win those rounds, that's what it comes down to. And look at No Tilt. Feeling confident now on Eco. They're going to play aggressive. And Andy's going to play a great holding the other side of B. Very well played again. Andy's one of those players that does everything by the book. Textbook, doesn't mess around, doesn't need to overpeak.
Oh, unlucky.
Really just a good team player.
Darren gonna clean up. Got to there. He was caught lacking, reloaded in a little bit. Uncharacteristically, just wide in the open, and that's gonna be a little bit more disrespect before going to the match point, the map point, the winner side of the group's point for Laser Freaks 8 as well. So this is the time. No more timeouts. You could force a tech pause if you needed to, but I'm not endorsing that.
Hey,
Because
my PC could accidentally turn off, and I would have batted an eye.
You're like, look, we got to rebuild the game, y'all.
I'd be like, dude, unfortunately my PC just turned. I don't know what happened. My foot. It wasn't my foot.
Run the tape on Watson's PC. What's happening?
I'm not going down without a fight.
Said,
me
look.
personally.
Oh, look
wow,
at this,
Jungwoo.
unlucky.
And Jungwoo's not going down without a fight either. Going to take a huge fight against the op, making it a fight for, telling his team, hey, it's not over. Now they have 4 ults. If they can win this round and get a little bit of momentum, just a little bit, you know, a little hope, a little hopium. That's what they need.
Yeah,
hopium and copium.
Getting the op off of a jet is always just that, you know, you're feeling much.
Like right there, right? So on the other side of No Tilt, when they got a 5v4 last half and they were on that same side, they played retake Killjoy ult, right? This side, they got a 5v4 and Synergy just decided to take a 1 by himself and make his a 4v5 or 5v4 into a 4v4.
Right.
It's even easier now for No Tilt. And now No Tilt playing post plant, doing what they're supposed to. They have the Gecko ult. They're going to be taking smart fights. Darren, not a scared player. He's one of the probably best aimers we have here. He's just one of those guys. And Mikey's going to go ahead and trade out Binan. Oh, it's interesting. We know Rice has Shock Dart lineups. And as I say that, he misses his Shock Dart lineups. I take blame for that.
No, you know exactly the power you have by being on this mic, but at the end of the day, the power lied in your initial projection that No Tilt would be the ones to be able to bring this map home, and that they did. Maybe it was the Cryostasis Vandal buff.
Yeah, I have.
On Icebox, you know, together, it's just the map with the gun. It's thematically correct.
Look at this.
And we're jumping right back
Van
over
Lin.
to the 10-1 that Van Lin has opened up.
Our
This
favorites to win the tournament. I mean, at least, I think we have like a seeding. I think they're the #1 seed. My favorite, I don't know yet. I have to watch a couple more teams, but they're definitely one of the top favorites to win this tournament. They won the Fun Happy tournament. They're hot right now. They're feeling, look at Calypso, jump peeking people in A main as Omen. The disrespect. An 11-1. This is unfortunate. If you're the other side, obviously you know you're going against Accurate.
Right.
You know you're against your Smiley. You know you're against really good players. So there's nothing to be down about. It's more about what can we do to get better? How can we improve every round? You know, there's no reason to have your head down on kind of a game like this.
Love to see this level of execution, though, coming out from, like you said, just highly cerebral players. You know, these are guys that
You're
they
pretty
know,
much watching pro play.
They know the game state. They know where you want to be and when you're there, long before you're there, and they're able to play around that. And that's the kind of, you know, that's what we watch for. I come to see that highest level of execution, and, you know, Spike Drop never disappointing, regardless on if it's, you know, core type teams that are now fighting for their spot, fighting for their spot in the big leagues as they're in challengers, and or whether it's these crazy pub teams that come together that from just like-minded Radiant players,
Like,
or.
Look at this. So Van Lin's going to put a camera in the window. They're going to check. No one's in a PK main. So now they're holding Breach Flash. They're going to flash. They're going to use a whole bunch of util, and they're fighting completely together. What they're trying to do is bait out a bunch of util, let the other side lurk up. Cypher didn't get nothing. He's actually going to go back down, and now he's going to start working towards A. They're going to make a bunch of noise and probably rotate here in a second. And you see that Calypso, the IGL, is telling him, hey, we did exactly that. And look, Cypher's going to lurk up A and to get a free A site. And it's going to be a free round. They do everything perfect. And if you're a new Valorant player and you're looking to get into Valorant, and if you're not, you know, if you're an old school Valorant player and you're trying to get better, look at stuff like this. See what they're doing. They're poking around. They're trying to get some executes, and then they're going to walk in the other way. They're going to, you know, it's a lot of just messing around. Or messing around with the comps and the plays, but that was really well played. Unfortunately, they're still down 5-3. And I wouldn't be surprised if they would win. I'm not gonna lie, 5-3. Look at the Cypher, has a great lurk up here. He's probably gonna get an early pick and make this a 4v3 right here.
I spoke about it with Mr. Funhaver. It's, you know, that level that you're able to bring the sound play in on LAN. You know, on online, you're so dialed in, you're so in your environment that you hear a lot more. Then you get into this LAN situations, and there's a lot of sound going on in the venue. There's a lot of sound just natively within the chatter of communication, and things can be missed. Things that you usually would hear are dropped, and that leaves room for a lot of really awesome sound plays that you could do with the map, bringing people different directions. And I'm excited to see if Van Lin is able to win this 1v3. Oh, Smiley sitting up top. And that's Axio going to be sitting on the diffuse. So that will be possibly, yes, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, they got it. And USC Cardinal absolutely screaming. I would not be screaming excitement. I would be happy. I would say, hey, good round, guys. But yelling at Van Lin when you're down 11-1 is almost being down a big time, like, you know, World Championship, NBA World Series, I don't know, MLB World Series, being down 3-0 and screaming after one home run. That's just, like, insane, in my opinion. But I do respect it.
Gotta get the vibe up, right?
I would get the vibe up, but not like that. Yelling at Van Lin is just asking for them to eco round you right back. I would not be surprised.
You're gonna be doing some crazy movement to make sure that you ate those words.
Van Lin's an eco. A small prediction, even with 2 sheriffs, I think Van Lin wins this round just because they yelled. They screamed at him.
I mean, we got to see it in Masters as well. Eco rounds have become more a higher conversion than ever, right? You know, just in general, the baseline of Valorant is raising, the ability to understand what cheap guns to buy.
Like, anything's possible. I mean, we have an agent that can literally bring themselves back to life.
Oh, that one's crazy.
And smoke after death. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, we didn't really speak on Clove since Clove is not active during this tournament here. But, yeah, that is an agent that is no doubt going to shake up your solo queue games. I
just remember the days where it was a Phoenix Flash and maybe 2 raise grenades. And when I say 2 raise grenades, I know a lot of you are thinking 2 raise grenades. Yes, there was 2 back in the time. But I remember being so plain and simple Valorant. Now it is at the point where hundreds of flashes are flying all over the place. You got stuns, you got mollies coming from who God knows where, lineups. You know, people like Average Jonas are in spawn shooting lineups from heaven.
Yes.
and you're
yes.
just getting shot from heaven, and it's tough. It's tough. It's a tough game, especially when teams are really working together and calming well. Yeah, it could be a tough game. I like how Valorant's pushing though. Valorant's pushing players to be more team oriented nowadays than they were before, because I feel like they were making agents like Neon, Yoru, Reyna, where it's like, hey, run it down solo queue, no comms, music up. Now it's like, we're starting to pick up agents like, the Gecko, the Fades, I think Clove's going to be a pro play agent. It might be a double controller kind of angle, but, bringing yourself back to life and smoking after, imagine you're in a 1v1, you're Sova, right? Your teammate can smoke off the bomb for you, can stick it. That's just a whole different aspect of the game.
Right.
Now, unfortunately, we won't see it here. The only thing we're going to see is probably Van Lin win this little best of one, unfortunately, and move on to the next round.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how and if the Clove agent ends up making it to that big stage on the VCT. I know people are interested in trying it out, but at the end of the day, it's about wins. It's about maps. It's about delivering on these results for these sponsors and keeping that train going. And when you have agents like you do that have access to so many tools at once, between engaging and having some kill pressure and dual pressure and blinds, I don't know if the res cheekiness is going to be able to permeate through some the just solid game plans that exist currently.
Wait, is it another tech pause? Is that what's going on here? Someone's PC died?
I think somebody is taken from the Watson playbook. Somebody said,
Van Lin lost one round. They called it.
They said, hold up.
Tech.
It must be something here.
Something's going on.
My refresh rate dropped.
Something fishy's going on here.
Somebody peep this for me. Well, we're going to finish up this game. I think they're going to finish up this tech pause very shortly here, and then we're going to jump into the final moments of this Van Lin USC Cardinals gameplay. And after that, we're going to take a small break again before we bring you even more action here on the day. But it's been going by beautifully. I'm loving these maps, even though this is probably the most one-sided map that we've gotten to see so far in terms of scoreline. Still a banger game, getting to see Van Lin do what they do best. And right now, that is have insane game IQ. They're pulling USC left and right, down mid. They don't know where the play is happening, but they know they're trying to respond to something, and then they're getting caught lacking in transition. So,
well, I mean, Van Lin just has so much experience. I mean, they're a team that scrims every day. They play in tournaments every weekend. And, I don't know too much about the other side, but I'm sure they're not scrimming as much as Van Lin. Van Lin is a pretty much, I think, it's almost a pro team. I know they're a tier 2 team, but they're definitely on the rise, getting to that next level of stardom. They're close. They're close. I think they have a chance to really make it to the next level. I think they're on the way, honestly. That Fun Haver tournament was seriously competitive. I mean, winning that was incredible. I was watching that final. They played really well together. I mean, you just have people that like Satellite, right? Playing the duelist role, really getting out there. You have someone who initiates, like Smiley. When you have teammates that really know what to do and you have a good IGL, it makes everything so much easier, right?
Somebody to make sure that they're using their pieces in the most optimal ways, and you can trust that they're leading you in the right path. You're right. It unlocks a whole different level to this game that not a lot of people get the privilege of getting to play. I feel like the true Valorant game of somebody leading the charge and all 5 agents painting a picture together is not something that everybody gets to have the chance to really do unless you have a coordinated group of 5 with that mentality. But it's beautiful, and that's why I feel like this sport is such a visually pleasing sport to get to watch that actually get executed on.
5 sheriffs, here we go. They're started. I guarantee you Van Lin wins this round. I could feel it. They were screaming, and I hate to say it, but when a team gets hyped up against another team, I don't know what it is, they always choke the next round. I really hope USC proves me wrong, because it is a gun round for them, so they should win this round. But Van Lin's one of those teams that does not play.
Well, right now, slowing down the pace quite a bit as Van Lin has already lost the sofa.
And a very interesting player from the side of USC to give up pretty much everywhere. You're not fighting A, you're not fighting B, you're not fighting mid. So basically, Van Lin just took site and took all control of everywhere, and they're gonna get a free play here. Unbelievably questionable, but everybody has their own methods of madness. So we'll see what happens here. looks like USC is going to read the flank, get another, make it a 3v5, and let's see what Van Lin does here. Looks like they're fighting CT. Very well played. Takes a free gun, and Calypso's going to get another big kill, making it a 3v3.
All right.
Axo's going to get the trade, but I don't know if Axo knows he's here. Oh, look at this. Calypso in a 1v2 situation. He does have, he does have one smoke. Good flash here from Breach. Joe Hizzle trying to hold off.
They're gonna stick
And
this
look at that.
and
What
get
a shot.
Shot as well. That's huge.
Barely scrapes by there. That was very close, and it didn't need to be. I think if they were fighting A off rip, one wing, top box, flashing off contact, swinging together, something to fight. When you're not fighting for any control on Sunset, when you're not fighting for any control on Sunset, you're just pretty much making yourself vulnerable for a free site take. And post plant on this map isn't great for you, especially when you have agents like Breach, Omen, Sova, Raise Grenade. You have Cypher traps to still get by. There could be one. There's one flank obviously. There's still one more. So, and I just really hope that USC starts fighting for something. It looks like they're fighting for A main, but of course no one's there. They're gonna have to read that the Cypher's been playing a complete retake B. Or at least that's what he's being told. Ray's gonna break the satchel site trip. Yeah, he did break the site trip. He's gonna satchel out, get a shot through a cage.
That's crazy.
And now here comes Van Lin taking control of the site. They know sites are kind of free, so that's what we were just talking about. When you're not fighting for anything really, it makes the other side extremely confident coming out and trapping your corners, and still gets lucky.
And still stays alive to boot, so some more damage to be dealt by this Raze if it doesn't present itself. Going to be a little bit of testing of this spike, but a lot of pressure.
Last player standing.
And look at post plant. Absolutely beautifully played. Hey, swing off me, bam. And they all swing and this ended. Van Lin's one of those teams that is so textbook, it's going to be hard for anyone to beat them. You know what I mean? They really have hours and hours and hours of played. Man, or at least together, I should say.
Especially if you let them get into these next rounds where you're getting best of threes, you're getting into the final day best of threes. Like, as they get more time to learn you and they get more time to develop that plan, it's only going to become that much more deadly and that much more precise. So if you wanted to knock them into a lower bracket experience or you wanted to make their lives harder, you need to beat them today in the best of ones.
Well, what they need to do is, if I'm any team playing against Van Lin, you need to be banning Ascent, you need to be banning Bind, Breeze, those maps that are almost uncontrollably annoying. Because, they scrim those maps all day, every day. You want to go on a map that's a little more, I guess, friendly to teams that are puggy. You know what I mean? The wild card map. Teams, I really wish Haven was still a thing, because Haven was one of those wild card maps.
Listen, Haven heavy.
Icebox is a wild card map. Lotus is a wild card map. I think they need something like that. When you're playing maps that are so scrimmed 24/7, it makes it extremely tough. They're scrimming really competitive teams.
Right.
And look at this. USC is going to be fighting Spawn and getting an absolute beautiful, beautiful outing.
Unlucky to miss those shots.
From Breach and Cypher there to be fighting Spawn with the third teammate. Going to be getting a little bit of an advantage there, Spawn, but making it a 4v1. And unfortunately for the Sova, he's going to get sat down. Rumpa had honestly won that. Wouldn't have been surprised, but now it's what, 12-4? I mean, obviously we still know the outcome of this, but I mean, if you're the side of USC Cardinal, you're coming off a win, so that's good.
Right there.
Oh wait, did they lose last game or did they win?
I'm honestly not sure about Cardinals.
I only know the USC team. I just realized there's two of the USC teams.
I assume they won to be meeting Van Lin next, but it's also they got to play everybody today.
I'm pretty sure they won. We're going to a wild ride and say they won. So they are coming off a win. Now
they won against Weekend Warriors.
Okay, they beat Weekend Warriors.
Correct.
There we go. So now, I mean, you won one game, you lost one. You need one more to qualify. I would honestly think this is a win, right? You know you're playing the best team in the tournament. Try to get as many rounds as you can. Keep it positive. Go into the next match with a good mental, and really try to come back from this. And look at that. It looks like they are doing just that. They are not batting an eye and absolutely fighting together there. Cypher trips are well played, playing through the cage. Now he knows that they've been fighting Spawn. Is going to back up a little bit and give a little more respect to that. And Akron trying to make something happen. Stinger sits down to the Omen. Good flash coming out, and he's going to say, I'm going to back up off that. No point. Let's try to fight together. Sova drones on the other side, though. And Rumpa not playing around with that Sova. And now makes it another 1v3 for Rumpa. And Rumpa thinks that all three are there, but unfortunately it's only the two.
Solid round once again to come out from the Cardinals, and that's what you need. You need one, you need two. Now they're just 7 away from tying this thing up, and that's not crazy to say in Valorant terms. You know, there's there's 7 rounds to be had against someone as high skill ceiling as Van Lin. A taller order, but it's not out of the realm of possibilities. USC Cardinals still with the ability to claw this thing back in their favor.
It's going to be a long road.
It's the longest road, and I can't say that in any, any
imagine
kind
driving
of way.
from Kansas City to Antarctica. That's how long the road might be. That's how long our road might be.
That road
today.
is impossible.
Yeah, that's how I would say the odds are 1 to 10,000.
1 in 10,000?
Yeah, to win this game right now, I hate to say it, Van Lin would not lose this game. I would put my life on the line if I had to.
No.
I hate to say it, but Van Lin is that good. Van
Well,
Lin's a pro team almost.
Watson will risk it all over this
would.
Valorant thing. This is not a game.
For Van Lin against USC Cardinal 12-5, I think I would. Just no disrespect to USC Cardinal. They look good, actually. I'm not gonna lie, they look
facts.
great. Against Van Lin, getting 5 rounds and fighting back like this is actually impressive. Especially it was 11-1. Think about it. They're winning this half.
No, they are. That's
They
what
are
I'm saying.
winning
They
this
got.
half right now.
Could they do it? Yes. Is it going to happen? Most likely out of the realm of
It almost
immediate
questions
possibility.
The first half. Let's say they had a little more of a competitive,
Correct.
like 7-5 first half.
Yep.
They'd be winning the game.
Yep.
And that honestly puts something good inside the heads of USC Cardinals, saying, hey, we had a bad first half. Our second half, I think we stepped it up. I think we played like that all game. We could have had a good game. Not saying we would have won, but it could have been at least to the point where it's like, hey, close game. Maybe. But Van Lin takes it 13-5.
Still, like you said, close game maybe. It was so close there in the other side of the map, but the damage had been done. There's too much room that was made. Roompa had been on his Roomba dirty and just cleaning up the competition, sitting there at the top of the scoreboard. And, yeah, it was just a really well-played map by Van Lin. I can't wait to see what they have up their sleeve for the rest of this, especially as we get in deeper of the bracket. But I'm going to let this just marinate. That is a lot to digest. We're going to throw it to a quick break, and we hope that you all get a snack and some water. And we'll be right back with even more Spike Drop 003.